Let us take a look at one interesting question asked on the community about creating a custom subtask in our next gen project. So I was looking at this question asked by Craig Dreyer about trying to create a bug subtask issue type in next gen. Now the question is all about I'm trying to add a custom subtask issue type for bug subtask. Now this is a very interesting question. Although you have the option to use a subtask in your next gen project, but when you create a new issue type here, let us say you want to create a new issue type and you want to just use the suggestion here, like maybe bug or story, or maybe let us just create a bug. So you can do that. It will add a bug for you, bug issue type. You can also create your own bug subtask, but there is no option here to define whether you want it to be a subtask or a standard issue type. So by default, it will create a standard issue type and that is it. So you do have the option to create new issue types, and these issue types are of course just relevant for next gen project. They are not they don't really work in a similar way when you compare it with the classic projects in Jira, where you have the concept of schemes. You can have your own custom subtask. You can definitely use the classic project for doing that, but if you want to use the next gen project, you need to use subtask, which is there for you if you want to use it in your project. And if you take a look at the subtask here, you can delete it. Let us delete it and let us see how it works. So your project has 4 subtask issue. Before you can delete this issue type, change subtask issue to another type. And it says subtask issues have a parent-child relationship with other issues. Changing these to bug issues remove this relationship. So you also have the you also have the option to change the issue type manually. You can bulk move them, but I want to see how it works when I delete it and if I try to create my own. So let us get rid of the subtask, and if I delete it, let us do it for us. It says subtask deleted. Now we don't have any subtask anymore, but if I click on add issue type, I can still add a new issue type, but there is no option to create a subtask. I have to use the recommendation from or the suggestion from the tool that use subtask. It is there for you, and now it is of course a subtask. If I go back, because I know because it is listed separately, but if I go back to the project and if I want to maybe, because right now I'm just looking at, let me just change it to null or none, and if I now create a new issue type, maybe new task, this is my new task. If I click on it, I will have the option to add a new child issue, like child 1 and so on. If I disable the option, if I remove the subtask, if I go to issue types, I can definitely, I will lose the ability to create child issues. If I maybe create one more task, and if I take a look at the issue now, let us see how it works. So there is no option now anymore to create a subtask. So the whole point is, the answer is that you cannot have custom subtask in your next gen project, but hopefully it will be added by Atlassian. We never know. We just need to keep an eye on the roadmap. I believe there is a roadmap for next gen project, which is a good thing. You can see the upcoming features from Atlassian on Next-Gen project. So I hope you get the idea, and I hope it answered your question. And this is all I wanted to share in this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new today. Thank you very much.